Regulatory Commission. Sorry for the delay, but we're getting started here just a couple minutes late for the 2:30 conference call, public conference call that is. I'll get on with administrative information right away here. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the resolution of North Anna combined license application, requests for additional information, and other emergent topics. The specific topic today is going to be the draft RAI 7810 that was issued on the 6th of February. And this is a Category 1 meeting. The public is invited to observe this meeting, listen in this case, and will have one or more opportunities to communicate with the NRC after the business portion of the meeting, but before the meeting is adjourned. I could be contacted at 301-415-1383 if there's any members of the public or other government entities that care to provide feedback to this public meeting. Logistics are usually about the physical location, but it's all NRC people where I am. So being a conference call, we'll skip those logistics. And I'll get on to introductions here. Again, my name is Perry Buckberg. I'm the lead project manager for the safety review of the North Anna COLA. And we'll do my room first, please.
James Wu, Chief of Structural Engineering Branch.
George Wan, Structural Engineer from NRO.
Manas Chakravarti, Structural Engineering Branch.
James Wu near NRO SEB2.
Dominion, you want to introduce?
Sure, Perry. Ben Evans and Gina Borsch are here in the Dominion office. And then at GEH, Skip, could you please announce who's there with you?
Skip Schmitz and Lubin
Todorowski.
And Patricia, are you also online?
Yes, Patricia Campbell with GEH.
Michael GEH. Yeah, I'm also online.
That was also Mike and I Sing Lu.
In Charles Bagnall.
Charles Bagnall, is that who I messed up? I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you, guys. And is anyone from Bechtel on the line?
Hi, Gina. This is Ali Dot Hashemi, Bechtel.
Oh, great. Hi, Alida.
Lynn Vanderpool, Bechtel.
All right. Is there anyone else representing Dominion?
Pete Gilliard from Floors on the line.
Okay. I think that's it then for us, Perry.
Thanks, Gina. And as usual, I got most of the names, but not everyone, so I'll ask you to send me an email afterward listing everybody.
Okay.
If you would. Thanks.
Sure.
Any members of the public on the line?
Michael Keegan, Don't West Michigan.
Good afternoon.
Marvin Lewis, member of the public.
Mute off.
Good afternoon, David.
Erica Gray.
Mute on.
Good afternoon, Erica. Anybody else from the public specifically? Anybody else at all? Anybody from Department of Energy Management in the state of Virginia?
Yes, Barbara Moore Scruggs from VDEM.
Arthur Warren from VDEM.
Good afternoon. I think that's everybody. Like I had mentioned, the subject for the discussion today is going to be draft RAI 7810, and we sent this on the 6th of February. Dominion contacted me and said they had some questions about information that was to be submitted and perhaps how it was going to be submitted. I believe that was it. It might be a little bit more than that, but we'll get into the conversation and see. So we did submit the draft RAI or issue that. So I'll start off and let Dominion ask questions they have.
So Thank you, Perry. So, as you said, I'll just start off, and GEH is in here too. They are doing a lot of the work for us. But in the first part of the question, in the second paragraph, Perry, it states the staff requests the applicant to provide a non-proprietary summary of the report regarding critical characteristics applicable to the analysis. So we just want to make sure that we provide you the information that you need to, and we want to understand what you're going to do with it so that we can provide you the information that you're requesting, and it will be adequate. We won't have to revise it. So can you explain a little bit about what you're looking for to be included in this portion?
I can provide some clarification. This is Manas. The thing that we needed to do when we write an SER, we need to reference some document which is on the docket. And that should have reasonably complete information that is applicable to Northana, that we can review and write an SER. Now, supporting that document, of course, your V&V document, that is fine. That is part of our audit. So we would look for particularly the problems that are applicable to Northana 3 specific sites and the SASE and pertaining to SASE 2010 application. Kind of thing that we'll be looking for. I don't know, like some problems, there are many problems, but the problems that are pertinent really to Northana 3 at least describe in brief and why it is okay. That's the extent.
Lubin, do you have any questions about that for Manas?
Yes, one of the questions will be, would you prefer to have this responded as a part of the RAI response, or do you expect us to issue a separate?
It should be part of RAI response.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there are I forgot now, maybe one or two RAIs on the V&V issues. So at least it should have proper reference. So when we discuss that RAI or that topic, we can properly reference.
Okay, Manas, just to clarify, that the information that you need could just be in the RAI response, or are you thinking a report would be attached to the RAI response?
It could be either way, whatever is convenient for you, okay?
Okay, that's what we wanted to clarify.
Because what we need is an information that you can reference, and as a part of our verification, we do the audits, okay? The audits could be, whatever your V&V there in the...
But we typically don't refer the audit in the SER. We refer to the RAI response for the resolution to the issue raised by the staff, right? So the audit is opportunity for staff to confirm the response and the basis for response you provided to the particular RAI.
Right.
So if you can describe the in a concise way in the RAI response, the critical characteristics you tested pertinent to Northana site and this particular application, I think that would help staff to write SER.
Thanks, Jim. Is that understood, Dominion and GEH?
Yeah, that was very helpful. Ruben or Patricia, do you have any other questions about that?
No, thank you.
Good, thank you.
Okay, any other issues?
Well, just questions really, Perry. So back on the last item E as in echo, kind of ask you some questions about that, and I would turn it over to Lubin. Lubin, could you walk us through what we were talking about last week?
Right. I think this issue is the pure misinterpretation of the labels that are provided in the figures. Basically, the X, Y, and Z, which are provided in figures 3.1-3 to 5 in the MSM benchmarking report, do not represent the direction of the mode shapes, but they serve to indicate the type of symmetry and anti-symmetry boundary conditions that are applied on quarter models that are used for the eigenvalue analysis. If you go back to table 3.1 in the report, you will see that each model was 3 sets of boundary conditions were applied on each model. Quarter model at the planes of symmetry to simulate conditions where when the input motion is either in X, Y, or Z direction. So basically, X, Y, and Z labels in the figures indicate those boundary conditions. So in the plot itself, they provide the first mode of vibration, the first dominant mode of vibration, which is usually in horizontal direction, as the reviewer has noticed. And I don't know if this clarifies the issue.
Yeah, I think so. Basically, let me just rephrase what you just said. The labels X direction, Y direction, Z direction in all those mode-shape figures are not referring to the motion in that direction. It basically reflects the boundary conditions you implement in the model.
That is correct.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that solves the problem, yeah.
Okay. You don't have any more questions?
No more, yeah.
Okay, so is it the motion that we're concerned about, is it addressed now?
Yeah.
0 or something?
Well, that's basically the set is because for the Z direction label is because they have 2 planes have symmetry. If both planes have symmetry, you're going to have the also the mode shape is the first mode shape, so it's typically in the horizontal direction.
Right.
Okay.
So with that response from Lubin, I'll check with you to be sure, but there's a possibility that we remove E.
So we can remove the E, right?
Yeah, you can remember.
Okay, yeah, because right now still draft before we issue the final, we'll just remove.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks very much for that
clarification
from Jinsu.
Well, whatever they say, you need to put that thing.
I don't know whether they need to do.
No, why you need a clarification? Yeah. Oh, no, I'm talking about we need to have a hot clarification of what saying it.
No, this part I don't think you need.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we need, but now record, somewhere put that thing, whatever they say.
I don't know.
No, it just explained that thing.
Just explain what the label is about.
We misunderstood the thing.
Yeah. Okay. This label is really not in the...
Right, yeah. We misunderstood.
Exactly. It's easier to be misunderstood. For X direction, the mode shape is in the X direction.
No, it's okay.
For Y, it has a Y direction, but certainly Z has no shape.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's...
Allow me to clarify.
I understand the figure. Okay.
I think the E can remove.
Yeah, can remove the E.
Okay, great. Anything else on the draft RAI?
I think. Go ahead, Lubin.
Yes. Also, we have we asked for clarification for part D of the question. As delta. We are asked there to provide benchmarking for all profiles that we used, which are lower bound, upper bound, and base estimate. Our question is, would you accept as sufficient if we do this for the 2 bounding cases, lower bound and base estimate, and upper bound? And also, we want to notify you that the benchmark analysis can be performed only for the frequencies for the frequencies up to the passing frequency of the model. So we use lower bound excavated volume.
That's reasonable, right?
Right. We will go to the whatever is the passing frequency. And also, we want to notify you that since we are revising the report to address your question, we will do the benchmarking analysis up to the highest cutoff frequency of analysis, which is 70 Hertz.
When you say the passing frequency, is your passing frequency higher than 50 Hertz?
For lower bound cases, I think we discussed this.
You don't need a 50 Hertz.
No, you don't need?
Not for lower bound.
But do you need to just whatever passing frequency, whether it's adequate for input motion?
Yes.
Otherwise, it becomes too arbitrary. You just have a passing frequency, for example, 20 Hertz, then compare it to your input motion. Will that capture, when you implement all three cases, will that be adequate? I think you need to justify whatever that the upper bound is.
Correct. In seismic closure plan and during our last open public meeting, we presented that our criteria will be to pass up to 90% to capture up to 90% of the input motion energy. So whatever cutoff frequency we used is based on this criteria. We will capture 90 or more, and we will provide that explanation.
That's what we agree, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But so in this situation, do we need to revise this D portion? Yes, because this is draft. Right? I know.
So just remove the
best estimate.
The best estimate. Okay.
Remove this. Let's use. They already provided the upper bound, right?
Yes. Yeah.
There, they leave it at the lower bound.
The lower bound. Yeah.
Bonding cases.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
That's 3 areas for the draft RAI. Anything else? Dominion?
We're good, Terry. But so may I ask then, is your team going to go back and review the wording on Delta and Echo and modify it? Well, actually, we can just eliminate Echo, right?
Yeah, we're going to look at that, but based on the conversation, the quick reaction is we would eliminate Echo and modify the wording in Delta.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thanks. Anything else? None on the draft RAI. Let me go on mute and see if there's any issues the staff wants to bring up. We'll be back in a couple seconds. Hi, this is Perry Buckberg. We took a few minutes of break there, and I need to take another minute. We are trying to accumulate a couple comments, take advantage of the conference call that we're on with the public in attendance. So sorry to be rude and go on mute, but our gibberish conversation would be ununderstandable. And give us another minute or two, please. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, thanks for your patience. The group here, this is the team that's reviewing, doing the seismic analysis. We haven't really gotten together in several weeks. This is the first public conference call or meeting in some time, and documentation has come in, so sorry for the delays here, but we're kicking things around. We've decided to come back and close the meeting out after one more comment, and we need to rehash some of these things internally before we get back to Dominion. And the only issue that we could come up with that was worthy of discussion is to tell Dominion that there is a draft calculation in the electronic reading room, and the electronic reading room is used more or less like an audit. It's for documents that are not on the docket, they're not publicly available, that we will review for support of publicly available docketed documents, but there's no reviewing of draft information. Any calculations we review, whether in person at Dominion and during an audit or in an electronic reading room, need to be final calculations and final documents in general.
Okay, Perry, this is Gina. We'll get that straightened out and notify you when we've got the final posting.
Okay. That was a lot of words just to make a very simple comment, but I know you understand. And some of these things, I didn't want to end our being on mute for so long without any comments. Some of these are admin comments we can talk about separately. They're not technical. This is just how we go about reviewing and auditing, and it's information you know, but we need to get on the same page as far as how this process is going to move forward.
Okay, yeah, good.
That's about it. That was our last comment as part of the public meeting. If Dominion has nothing else, the staff doesn't, I'll go to the public and to the representatives from VDEM to see if there's any comments or questions for the staff. Anybody?
No comments from VDEM.
Thank you very much. Anybody from the public?
Yes, hey, this is Erica calling from Henrico.
Hi, Erica.
Hi. Going through the different documents, I came across the North Anna Combined License Application Part 7 Departures Report. And on page 1 of 1, the Unit 3 site-specific horizontal and vertical seismic response spectra exhibit exceedances at certain frequencies when compared to the CSPRS. As a result of these exceedances, Dominion performed site-specific soil structure interactions. And it sounds like from some of the talk earlier that y'all were going to eliminate E and do modifications of D. So I'm a little concerned here because already from the get-go, it's kind of showing that the design is not suitable. It also went on to say in the page 1 of 2, talking about Unit 3 seismic design analysis qualifications of site-specific structures, systems, and components, that the minimum requirement for the ground motion is being used. So I'm a little concerned about that. And postulating a postulated earthquake using the different forces, up, down, vertical, XYZ axis, in a real earthquake, all these forces are going to be combined. So I definitely, draw issue that the site is not suitable for this design that Dominion wants to go forward with. And also with the Advanced Supplemental Safety Evaluation Report for the ESBWR standard plant design, when they go on to talk about the fuel assemblies being frequency being in a range of 7 or 8 hertz, I'm really wondering if how they can go on that being that, what was the duration of that event or what they're postulating, for the design basis earthquake? What is the duration to meet that 7 to 8 hertz?
Thanks, Erica. I'm going to take a crack at responding first because I'm a novice at this. I'm a mechanical engineer who's now a senior project manager, and my understanding is pretty basic. And with all due respect, that might help more before I turn it over to any of the other gentlemen in this room to talk my ear off and yours as well. But on the